Hi everyone, I'm Beatrice Go and welcome to Rappler Sports Timeout, where we'll be interviewing athletes about what they're doing right now. So our guest for today is Obiena, who is the first Filipino to qualify for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. But like any other athlete, he has been affected by several cancellations in the sport, including the postponement of the Olympics itself. So he'll be sharing basically how he's coping up with these changes. Hi EJ, what's up? What time is it there?
It's currently like 4 p.m. here right now. Everything's good. Sunny day.
Yeah, so good afternoon. It's nighttime over here. 10 p.m. na
Yeah.
eh. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, so how have you been? Like I heard that you were on lockdown for almost 7 weeks already.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, still okay. Lifestyle is not really much. I mean, it's affected for sure with the way how we can buy stuff and we kind of stuck up on things. Right now, I cannot train. The Olympic Training Center just got closed maybe a week ago, something like that. So that's a bit of a hit, but everything else is still okay. I'm still very lucky to be able to do what I need to do somehow.
Wait, so if the Olympic training center closed, so how have you been doing the workouts that you've been posting online and everything?
I go to my friend's house, Tiago's house, and we do the training there. So he has some stuff that we can use for training, but basically most of those training are a little bit weird. It's basically like strap a pole on some tree to make a high bar or something like that. We carry random weights, like what you guys do as well, in a way, just in a more weird, extreme, I'll say, way. Yeah.
Oh my God. I know it's weird, but then is that even safe?
Um, you know, calculated risk, calculated risk.
What's the coronavirus situation in your locality? Because you live quite far from the city, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. We have 6 cases here in Formia from since the start of the lockdown. We haven't really had new cases, so I think the quarantine kind of worked. So far, I think it's still safe here. We're taking necessary precautions at the same time, but it seems like I'm very lucky to be in this place and still like it's not really spreading as much as it is in the north.
And they're doing mass testing over there in Italy, are they?
To be honest, I don't know. From what I know, up north they do testing. In the training center, we did test ourselves a month ago when everybody was kind of locked in the training center during that time. Everybody did the test, and luckily nobody tested positive. Um, Basically, that's what's going on here. I'm
Uh,
not really very knowledgeable about the things happening up north.
I see. But then, and then, like, in terms of your general life there in Italy, so how is it like going to like the groceries, or if you have to go out and buy something, like, do you just stay at home or do you get stuff delivered? How is it like
Um,
there?
Before we need to get some forms signed in the training center to be able to go to the groceries or the shops. But now that the training center is closed, we were sent. I was sent with some forms. I should be able to show it. Something like this. So
Oh, it's
if
a
we
big
ever get,
form.
yeah, it's like if we ever get caught, or not caught, if we ever get stopped in the road, we'll show this indicating that we have tested and we are not positive, and we're basically just going to the nearest supermarket, something like that, because there's a lot of police everywhere, just kind of doing checkpoints and stuff here too.
I see. And then have you seen any peculiar like coping mechanisms of the Italians over there? Like, well, those viral videos of people just singing in their balconies. Does that happen over there?
Yeah, it happens here around 6, 7 p.m. People just started blasting music in their balconies and stuff. And you know what? I kind of find it a little bit funny as well. Like there are local announcements being done. Like they're a bit funny in a way. I don't understand them completely, but it's they're trying to entertain themselves. That's all I can say. And you know, it's hitting people here too. Like I think a lot of the emotions are a little bit heightened here, but you know, things are still okay so far.
Yeah, in your locality, well, we're all blessed that you're all right and you guys are okay.
Yeah,
What have you been
yeah.
doing in your quarantine period?
What I've been up to, basically, I'm trying to learn how to cook because I need to learn how to cook if I wanna if I wanna live. So there's that. Just cleaning the house. To be honest, training wise, we're adjusting. To be honest, we want to do the foundation training again. This coronavirus have affected my program since January, December actually after Sea Games. So I was preparing for the Asian Indoor February, which was supposed to be in China, got canceled. So I went back again to foundation training. Then I was preparing for the Worlds, and the Worlds got canceled as well. So I was like, okay, so what now? Outdoor season. So we basically went back again to foundation training, and when we're just starting to do the pre-competition, then Olympics got postponed. So when that happened, you know, we need to go back to foundation training yet again because there's not competition to prepare for. So there's that ever-changing program. But right now we're just trying to stay fit, trying to keep what we have. You know, just don't be fat, don't get fat, don't lose that strength. Just try to stay fit in somehow, in some way.
Yeah, and going back to cooking, so how did you get food before? You've been living
Well,
alone for so long.
yeah, but I usually eat in the training center when they close the
Oh.
lockdown. So the training center basically kind of halfway shut off. So the restaurant's not working, the dormitory stopped working as well. So I need to learn how to cook. I know a little bit, you know, I know how to fry some eggs, cook some basic pasta, some dishes, grill some meat, basically those kind of things. But, you know, after some time, after 2, 3 weeks of eating the same thing, you know, you kind of try to YouTube your way to something new. So there's that trial and error for sure, a lot
What
of
have you
times. So
tried?
I tried cooking salmon, tuna. What's this? Like pasta with mussels, cozze. Cozze is Italian. Sorry. I like mussels, pasta, marinara, something like that. You know, just random stuff. Like I just search. Okay, I have salmon, or I have this kind of meat. What can I do with this kind of meat? So that's basically what I've been trying to do. I think I'm a little bit better in a way, but still a long way to go.
My God. Well, still a long way to go. Like you maybe an indefinite period of time. When you come home, you can already cook for your mom and dad.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna be cooking them legit Italian food.
Yeah, learn Italian food. Yun nga, you were saying that you gotta go back to foundation training all the time because of the postponement of the Olympics. And I remember like I talked to you and then you said that like, when they announced that Olympics was gonna be canceled, you felt lost and everything. So I'm sure like
Yeah,
the other athletes felt that way also. So but then how did you cope with it? Because right now I'm sure like it kind of sank in already. You've accepted it.
yeah. You know, we kind of need to move forward from everything in some way. So, you know, when it was first announced, kind of just felt like, oh, I've been working for nothing. Then, you know, we started to realize, hey, it's not really nothing. It's still gonna happen next year. And but still, you know, you kind of think, why train now? What's it what is it in there for here for this year for 2020? But my coach basically just said, okay, you know, if the Olympics is going to be in the next 4 years again, you're still going to train for it, right? I'm like, yeah. If the Olympics going to be tomorrow, you're still going to be there. I said, yeah. So what are you mumbling about there? I was like, well, that's right. So basically, I made up my mind. It's like, the training that I've been doing the past few months, it's not going to be gone. It's going to be there. It's like a bank. I'm investing on myself. I'm basically putting the pieces for me to get stronger. And when the time comes, I'm going to be ready. So, I mean, as an athlete, it's an ever growing, each day you try to improve yourself. So it doesn't matter if the Olympics going to be tomorrow, the next year, this year, the next 3 years, whatever. You just need to be ready for it, prepare for it, and just ever so try to, how do you say, to keep yourself a little bit better than you were yesterday. It sounds like cliche, but it's true. It's like it's the only thing that you can do right now. And I think that kind of helped set my mind in a better place as well.
So it's like basically it's not end of the world, and like you just have to keep training so that you'll be prepared for it, prepared for
Yeah,
anything that will happen.
exactly. Whenever.
Yeah. So what tips can you give your fellow athletes who have been, feeling down? Like because like right here, right now in the Philippines, like there have been so many leagues that are canceled. UAP's canceled, and then yeah, Olympics, all the Olympic qualifiers also. So a lot of them have been going through a lot.
That's tough. Each athlete have different goals and different thing that drives them. But one thing's for sure, this is temporary. The coronavirus is not going to be here forever. And when that time comes, you just gotta be hopefully be ready for it. And the only way for an athlete to be ready for that is to just keep training. It might not be physically, you can do that. You can train your mind. There are a lot of things that you can do to improve yourself. Just don't feel depressed. Just don't sulk and sit in the corner and just be like, oh, this is what's happening. But there's always a different way to look at things, and just try to look on the brighter side. For the fellow Filipinos who have qualified, we have a a group chat. Everybody's doing fine. You just gotta try to stay away from that, thinking that hey, something happened, something bad happened, but it already happened. So just move on and look on the brighter side, and just don't dwell on it. Basically, that's it. That's what I've been trying to do as well. It's hard, but it's
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah. So how are the other national athletes doing?
They're fine. I mean, uh, Kaloy is okay. He's doing home training in Japan. Nesty is fine. Ate Hidilin is doing okay. I think she's still in Malaysia, but she's kind of training where she is. Like she's not really being able to train and lift weights because everything's closed as well. But each and every one is just like saying, everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be good, and I think that support system kind of helps as well.
So I'm sure like you're looking forward to like this post-pandemic thing. What have you actually like learned to appreciate after this? Because I mean, everyone has their own reflection. I miss this, I miss that. So what am I gonna do after this?
Simple things, to be honest. Just hanging out with friends. I don't have a lot, but like having that freedom to go and do whatever I want, and that kind of freedom kind of was taken for granted, and now that I'm stuck here, and it's tough, and now you kind of appreciate the company that you have before. Now that now you can't. There's simple things, to be honest. It's not the big ones. um to be honest, the biggest reflection I felt was like how lucky I am. um it's a bit of a positive and a negative side of it. So basically, there was a day that I think it was the first day of the lockdown in the Philippines or something like that. It's been going here. So Italy was ahead. And then a lot of stories came out, like this guy who still drives his jeepney because he needs to earn money. There's this old lady who goes to the Visoria by foot, just to be able to buy stuff to sell, to have money to eat. Then that kind of makes you feel a little bit bad. During that time I was still training, I was still doing, sport, and kind of questions yourself if this is what I should really be doing right now, if this is really the most important thing at the moment. Those kind of things kind of just hit you. You kind of reflect on them, and you kind of see, to be honest, right now, you see how not so important sport is. It's still a form of entertainment in a way. Sucks to say, but it is a form of entertainment. It's not the most important thing in the world, and it kind of humbles you down and kind of show you there are more things important than what you're doing. It kind of just kind of humbles you down and make you see the world a little bit different. And for that, I think I learned a lot of stuff. I learned to appreciate people. I learned to appreciate the time that I have, to learn how lucky I am to be here, to be doing what I do. Those kind of stuff just sinks in. And to be honest, it still sometimes kind of hit you. You see the stories of people in the Philippines and how hard things are going through. And I'm here. Sometimes I'm complaining on the smallest things, and that kind of just, hey, wake up, dude. You're not, you know, this kind of, it's hard to explain, but just happy, not happy, just feeling blessed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's true. Like it really humbles you. Like ano na job ko, no? 'Di ba? Sports reporter, walang
Yeah.
sports reportan din. Well,
Yeah.
yun. And so, well, well, also, I'm sure like after this is over, like the World Athletics, as you said, had plans. So what are they? Because like someone like actually it's Aaron Bayato from Radio Pilipinas who asked like if there will be any changes or amendments with your qualification process to the Olympics.
So they just announced, I think, yesterday around 6 p.m. here in Italy, they released an announcement that the qualifiers will all be postponed from yesterday until December. So which means all the other competition wouldn't, if you register a good mark there, it wouldn't reflect on your ranking, and it wouldn't reflect on your qualification status for the Olympic Games. But the good thing is the people who have already qualified beforehand is still qualified for the upcoming 2021. I think it's kind of fair, to be honest, and it's kind of good, the reassuring as well for the other athletes that, hey, you don't need to keep pushing, you don't need to keep going out and keep jumping. You know, I think they did a really good thing, and there's a small circle that we're kind of planning some stuff, because we all need a little bit of a competition. There's a group of athletes here in Europe that we're kind of planning how we can do things, and like when this thing is actually in a way over, but how we can kind of jumpstart and see. It will be an exhibition, but hopefully somehow still be a competition.
Well, hopefully
I
like
I
you
hope I answered that.
yeah, like I hope that like when you guys organize that like everything is over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we're trying, but it's hard because it's not all countries doing the same. It's not all countries are on the same rate of recovery from this pandemic, so it's tough to say.
Okay, so well, that's all. Thank you so much for this catch up, EJ. I hope that you stay safe there, stay home, and good luck with cooking. We're
Thank you very
excited
much,
to
B.
try your food when you come home.
Will do. Hopefully.